Okay, Ji. So today we are going to solve a question from A-2-Accounting, and the topic is our ABC costing. So A-2-Accounting we are studying, and the topic is ABC costing, and the question we are solving is from May-June 2442. May-June 2442. Right? So let's try to solve it. May-June 2442, and ABC costing is a topic from A-2-Accounting. Source B for question 2. Suraj owns a factory and makes two products, product A and product B. He uses activity-based costing. The following information is available. Annual production is 400 units of product A and 500 units of product B. So we are manufacturing 400 units for product A and 500 units for product B. Budgeted per unit information includes total direct material. Product A is 80 and product B is 66. Farid, your mic is open. If you want to say something, you can. Otherwise, okay. Direct labor is 3 hours at the rate of 11 per hour. 3 hours at the rate of 11 per hour. Kitna, how much it will become? 33. 33 is the per unit cost for direct labor. 6 hours at the rate of 13. 78 is going to be the cost per unit for direct labor. Machine hours are given 3 hours and 6 hours. Why machine hours are given? Because it is going to be used maybe some for future purpose, which is not yet known to us. Budgeted annual production overheads are all fixed cost and are comprised of quality inspection 8960. The apportionment is given. Order processing 12,800. Apportionment is given for number of orders. The above is number of inspections. And depreciation is for the carrying value of the machinery, and other overheads are apportioned on the basis of units produced, right? So can you tell me that depreciation can also be apportioned through any other way? Depreciation is apportioned through the carrying value of machinery, but depreciation can be apportioned through machine hours also. It is possible that it can be apportioned through machine hours also, if it is given in the question, or the examiner is going to ask us that apportion the depreciation through machine hours. Next, selling price for each product is calculated using markup of 100% on production cost. So markup is given, and 100% of production cost is the markup. State why cost drivers are used in the application of activity-based costing. You can write it down, that why cost drivers are used in the application of activity-based costing. Cost drivers basically cost drivers are used to allocate overhead cost in different products. Cost drivers are used to allocate overhead cost in different products by using activities. Consumed by each cost unit. By activities consumed by each cost unit. Right? Total overhead cost will remain the same. It means that total overheads will not change. Either you are using absorption costing or you are using ABC costing, total overhead will not change. They will remain the same. Only the apportionment, the division between the division of overheads between the products will change. Only the total overheads will not change. Only the division of apportionment of division of overheads between the products will change. And that is according to cost drivers, because it gives you more accurate cost. You can write examples also, like for quality inspection, number of inspection is basically the cost driver, which drives the cost, that how much cost is going to be driven towards each product. You can write anything, whatever you like. There is no hard convention. Calculate the selling price of 1 unit of each product. So let's calculate it. Selling price of 1 unit of each product. So let me calculate it for you. Here I'm going to write product A, and here it is going to write I will product B. Okay. So how many units are produced for product A and B? 400 units and 500 units. So here I will write 400, and here I'm going to write 500. Now, budgeted per unit information includes total direct materials 80 and 66. I told you that we have to go per unit because we calculate question like that. So I'm going to write direct material, then I'm going to write direct labor, right? So direct material is 80 and 66. Direct material is 80 over here and 66 over here. Then I'm going to write the direct labor, which I will not show because we have discussed that 33 and 78. 3 into 11, 33 and 78, 13 into 6. So that is going to be 78. Now I'm going to write the overheads actually. So overheads, let's see how we are going to calculate the overheads. So overheads calculations are given. We are using the same, we are dividing the overheads into different activities, different cost pools actually, quality inspection, order processing, depreciation, and other overheads. So 8960 multiply by 210 divided by 350. 8960 multiply by 210 divided by not 350 divided by the total of these two, which will become 560, right? So 8960, let me do it for you and write here 8960 multiplied by 210 divided by 560. Yes, 3360. Then 8960 multiplied by 350 divided by 560, right? 6272. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm going to write it actually in per unit, so I will write over here in quality inspection, and I'm going to write 3360 divided by 400. I will get the per unit of quality inspection. 3360 divided by 400. This is 5600. 6272. Can you calculate it again? 350 divided by 560 into 8960. 5600. Okay. Thank you. This is going to be 5600. Okay. Now 3360 divided by 400, that is 8.44. And then 5600 divided by 500, 11. That is 11.2. Next is going to be our order processing. 12,800 into 120 divided by 320. So it is always better to write it down actually into 120 divided by 320, because if you are showing the calculation, it gives a good impact on the examiner. 4800. Then 12,800 multiplied by 200 divided by 320. 12,800 multiplied by 200 divided by 320 is equal to 8,000. So 4,800 divided by 400 is going to be 12. And 8,000 divided by 500, 16. That is going to be the per unit for order processing. Okay, next is going to be depreciation. 8820 into 54,000 or 54 divided by 72 plus 54, which will become 126. Okay, 00, I have cancelled it out now. I have cancelled the 000. So depreciation I will calculate like this: 8820 multiplied by 54 divided by 126. Okay. So how much I will get? 3780. 3780. Then again 8820 multiplied by 70. What was that? Just a minute. 72 divided by 126. 5040. 5040. Okay. 3780 divided by 400. I will get the per unit cost of depreciation regarding overheads according to ABC 9.45 and 10.08. So depreciation I have calculated 9.45 and 10.08 for depreciation, which is distributed between the two products A and B. 18,000 other overheads are apportioned on the basis of units produced. They are quite easy now. Other overheads for the units produced. So that is going to be 18,000 multiplied by 4/5 or 400 over 900, sorry. Yeah, how much it is going to be? 8,000. 8,000, and then 18,000 multiplied by 5 over 9, or 500 divided by 900. 10,000. 10,000. So 8,000 divided by 400 is going to be 20. 20. And 10,000 divided by 500 is going to be 20. So this is how we are done with the overhead cost. And now I am going to calculate the total for this. For overheads first, 40. Right here. Total overheads, yes. 49.85. 49.85. 57.28. 57.28. Right? Now I'm going to calculate the total cost per unit. Actually, why I'm calculating the overhead cost per unit first? Because sometimes the examiner used to ask us that find the overhead cost per unit under ABC or through any method, and that's why it is better to find 49.85 now plus 33 plus 80. 162.85. 162.85 and 57.28 plus 78. 201.28. 201.28. So this is going to be the total cost. And now, sorry, now I have to add the markup or the profit percentage to find the selling price, because this is the total cost. So markup is going to be the 100%. So I will write the same amount of the total cost per unit, that is 162.85, and I will write here 201.28. So I will get the selling price. How much is it? 25.7. 325.7. 402.5. 402.56. That is going to be the selling price. Okay, okay. So this is how we have found the selling price for this particular part A. Part B, sorry, calculate the selling price of 1 unit for each product. May, June 2442. Suraj is considering using machine hours rather than carrying values to allocate the depreciation cost. So they are basically asking that instead of going for the carrying value, we should use depreciation, we should use machine hours to apportion the overhead cost of depreciation. Calculate the change in selling price of 1 unit of each product if Suraj uses machine hours as the cost driver for depreciation cost. So obviously depreciation will change by because of that. So let's see. Depreciation amount is 8820, right? Depreciation amount is 8820. Let's go back. Depreciation amount is 8820, and the machine hours we have to calculate first. Machine hours we have to calculate first. So that is going to be, so product A machine hours are 400 into 3, that is 1200. And for product B, 500 into 6, that is 3000. And the total is going to be 4200, right? So 8820 multiplied by 1200 divided by 4200. What is going to be? 8820 multiplied by 1200 divided by 4200. 2520. Now the distribution of the overheads is going to be changed. 8820 multiplied by 3000 divided by 4200. 6300. Okay. But I have to calculate the per unit. 5400 total. The total is going to be 5400. How come? 400 into 3, 1200, and 500 into 6, 3000. 4200. Yeah, 4200 is fine. No, that becomes 4,200 hours. We are talking about machine hours, actually. So machine hours are 3 and 6. Yeah, no problem. Next is now 2520 divided by 400. 6.3 is the per unit for this, and then 6,300 divided by 500, 12.6. Okay. So what will happen actually? Overhead cost is going to change. Overhead cost according to this is going to change. So let's calculate it. The new overhead cost, what is going to be, tell me? 8.4 plus 12 plus 9.5. No, we will take 6.3. Instead of taking 9.5, I am going to just a minute. I won't take these figures. Rather, I am going to take for depreciation per unit. I will take these figures, right? What is going to be the overhead cost now? Here I will write that is 46.7 and 59.8. 59.8. Now we can calculate the total cost again. 159.7. 159.7. How I have calculated the total cost, beta? 46.7 plus 80 plus 33, right? 46.7 plus 80 plus 33, you will get 159.7. And for the other, 203.8. Now you know that markup is 100%, so markup is going to be the same 159.7 and 203.8, and then you can find the selling price, new selling price. 319.4. 319.4. 407.6. 407.6. Now let's see that what the examiner has basically asked us to find. तो ऐसे कर लेते हैं ना ताकि जरा it can be 1 unit of each product. The examiner has basically required us to calculate the change in selling price of 1 unit of each product. So let's see. The selling price was 325.7 in the past for product A, and it is now 319.4. So I can write that with the change selling price of product A will decrease. Will decrease by 6.3. Next, for product B, selling price will increase by 5.04. So you will write like this, right? So because of the change in the apportionment of depreciation, which is 8820, and according to machine hours, the selling price of product A will decrease by 6.3, and the selling price of product B from the previous method, it will increase by 5.04. I think it's quite simple, right? Because there is no problem in that to understand. You can write it down so that I can move forward, because there is another part in the question which we are supposed to solve, which is not that difficult also, but a little bit technical, not by a bigger point of view, little bit. Okay, so let's see next part in the question. Explain the relationship between the choice of cost driver and profit. Actually, the choice of cost driver actually depends that according to the activities consumed by each cost driver, whatever be the cost driver, whatever activities, overheads are allocated according to the cost drivers, that whatever activities are consumed by each cost driver. Secondly, overall profit will not change. Profit, total cost, there is no effect on the total cost. Total cost will remain the same because only the apportionment will change. With the use of the cost driver, only the apportionment will change because the overheads are allocated according to the activities, according to the cost drivers you have adopted. So it means it might be possible that overheads will move more towards a particular product and less towards a particular product according to the choice of the cost driver. But the total cost is going to be the same. It will not be affected, right? But if we talk about profit, profit will be affected because profit will be affected according to the markup. If there is a change in the markup, then definitely profit is going to change. Total profit is going to change. Otherwise, that will remain the same because product markups can be different if you use different markups for different products. Okay. Next is going to be, in recent months, actual results have been unfavorable in comparison with the budgeted figures. The example, the owner is basically of the view that they were unfavorable results in comparison with the budgeted figures. On one occasion, the manufacturer of product A had been stopped. The manufacturer of product A had been stopped and sales lost because the sole supplier of some of the component of that product had been unable to fulfill Suraj order. So we are facing difficulty in getting the supplies actually from the supplier. So we have decided to manufacture the component by ourselves. Suraj is considering manufacturing these components in his own factory instead of buying them, right? He estimates that the total direct material cost of product A would fall to 30 per unit and that the labor requirement of product A would increase to 5 hours per unit with the wage rate unchanged. The budgeted depreciation cost will increase by 8,000 per annum. Suraj is unclear whether overheads other than depreciation would be affected. So other overheads, he is not clear that. Obviously, he is not clear means that it is not going to be affected. That's what he is basically looking for. Advise Suraj whether or not he should manufacture these components for product A in his own factory. Justify your answer. Your answer should include any effect on the cost of product B. Okay. And the marks are going to be how much? 7 marks are given. So first we are going to calculate actually what is the effect on the profit of product A. So simply it states that the material price now has fallen to how much? 30. Let's see what was the material price of product A in the past. It was 80. So there is a reduction of material cost of how much? 50. So you are getting a benefit of 50. 50 is a benefit which we are getting in the material cost. But it is also suggests that now product A will take 5 hours. 5 hours to produce 1 unit. So it means that previously the labor cost was 3 into 11, 33. But now the labor cost is going to be 5 into 11, 55. It means you have a negative effect of minus 22. Right? So because of the change in cost, we are getting a positive effect of material with an amount of 50. But we had a negative effect on labor cost, which is increasing by 20. So overall, if we just look at the question, overall, we have a positive impact of how much? 50 minus 22, how much it is going to be? 28. Okay. 28 is going to be the effect which we are getting, positive effect we are getting. And how many units are we are producing? 400 into 28. So overall, 11,000. 11,200, we are getting 11,200 extra benefit in cost. Extra benefit in cost. This is the profit. Because if cost will decrease by 11,200, profit will increase by 11,200 obviously. So 11,200 we are getting benefit. But having said this, one overhead cost has also increased. One of the overhead cost has increased. It was 8820, but now it has increased by 8,000. So 11,200 minus 8,000 because of product A, because of manufacturing the product A by our own factory, because of manufacturing the product in our own factory. So the overall benefit is going to be how much? 32. So according to this, we are getting a benefit of 3,200 or the profit of 3,200. So we will go for the for this option because it will increase the profit by 3,200. Secondly, we are manufacturing the product by ourselves. So it means that we can have a proper check on the quality, right? We can have more quality inspections to evaluate that either the products are properly prepared or not, right? So we have more deep knowledge of what is going on in our factory regarding the manufacturing of the product because we can analyze the things that whoever is doing what. But then there is not going to be, we don't need to have a strong relation with the supplier because there is no supplier, we are manufacturing the component. Then obviously there is no transportation cost to bring the goods, bring the supplies into the factory. That is also another. It is always remembered that manufacturing a product is always giving you a low cost. Our current ratio will improve. Any trade payables have come okay. Yes. Actually, he is not talking about the current ratio because he is saying that either we should go for or not that. So you can say that current ratio will improve only when cash resources are going to change. There is nothing like that cash resources are going to change. Right? Then what will happen that when you start manufacturing, then you start manufacturing other products also. When you start, your business can expand because you are going towards a different direction. Previously, you were taking the supplies and selling it. Now you are manufacturing it by yourself, the components also. You can go for a direct sale of those components also to the other suppliers. That will also give you a benefit. If you talk about the drawback, then definitely because you are manufacturing the product A, so product B sale can hamper. Product B sale can decrease because maybe you can provide a better quality because you are manufacturing the product by your own, right? Then overall, because of the increase in cost of 8,000, the overhead cost of product B might increase. If the total costs are, if the total depreciation cost is going to portion in the same basis, you didn't understand. I'll tell you. It was 8820 and we were dividing it in the both products. If 8,000 depreciation will increase and we still divide it with the same ratio, then the product B cost will increase automatically, which will create a problem. So either we have to charge all the increase in the depreciation to the product A only. That's it. So these are the things. So this is how we have done with this question, and this has come in February, March 24, 42. Let me see the marks about it. By 7 marks are given. Okay. So calculation is also required, and then you can go for the marks also. Okay. So next question which I'm going to solve. This is the question which you are going to solve at home. I've given, I believe, but if not given, then I'm making you. The most important thing is this, that in this question, if you just look at the question, it is given number of material requisition 75 and number of material requisition over here is 2 and 6. So 90,000 total number of requisition is 75, right? Out of those, 2 are basically assigned to the premium and 6 are going to assign to the standard. You're getting the point? So you are not going to divide it through 2 plus 6, 8. No, that will give you wrong answer. Previously, we were dividing it like that, 90,000 multiplied by 2 over 8 and 6 over 8, it will give you wrong answer. 90,000 into 2 over 75, 90,000 into 6 over 75, then you will go for the right answer. Because they were material requisitions are 75. But sir, how? Because there are other more products also which we are manufacturing. So that's why you have to divide it according to this ratio. 75 will be used. This question you have to solve, and it has basically come in which paper? Let me see. Gee, no, you don't need to rely on suppliers. So time saving will also be there, because you have to rely on supplier that when they are going to give you the supplies, and then you will manufacture your product, right? February, March 1932. You will solve it February, March 1932. Then you will solve this question. This has come in February, March 1632. February, March 1932, February, March 1632, and October, November 2342. October, November 2342. 1 year 2, obviously. October, November 2031. And that's it. Others we'll do in the next. Still, if I have some more. This is also quite easy. You can do that. No. Just you can do that. That is October, November 2132. Easy, eh? October, November 2132. That's it. Okay. Any problem you can ask me. Otherwise, thank you. I will share the test question.